next two guests today happen to be sisters who were also very good friends with Jesus. They had a brother named Lazarus who lived with them as well. Jesus visited their home often. It was sort of like a little retreat home to get away from the city. Hold on to your seats, ladies and gentlemen, because this story that they tell shares an event that could only be a miracle from our Lord. Put your hands together and welcome Mary and Martha. Martha, I'd like to start with you. At the point Jesus arrived, Lazarus had been dead for 4 days. Why did you go out to meet Jesus instead of waiting for him with Mary?
Well, I wanted to know why he didn't show up earlier. If he was there earlier, then Lazarus wouldn't be dead.
Was Jesus able to comfort you in your time of grief?
Yeah, I think he comforted me.
Was it awkward for you to blame Jesus for letting your brother die?
A little bit, but I want to know why.
Did he give you the answers you were looking for?
Yes.
Maybe not at first. Did you look back at your actions and feel differently towards Jesus once he proclaimed to be the resurrection of the life and the life? How did you look at him differently? How did you feel afterwards when you realized who he was?
Well, I kind of felt bad for blaming him.
Mary, I have a question for you. When Martha came into the house to get you, what did you feel towards Jesus?
Happy.
Did you held back and you didn't go out with Martha at first. You hung back in the house. Were you just too full of grief, or did you have a little anger, or
It was a little bit of both.
a little bit of both? I can understand that. Once you saw Jesus, though, you immediately fell at his feet and you cried. When you saw Jesus cry as well, how did that make you feel?
It made me feel that he was feeling the same.
He was feeling the same. Did you honestly even consider that Jesus could bring your brother back to life?
Not really.
Not really. That would be a hard one to imagine that could actually happen. Martha, you doubted Jesus when he said to move the stone away. Describe how you felt when you saw your brother walk out of that tomb.
I felt really happy and excited, and I knew who Jesus was then and what he was capable of.
What he truly was. Either of you could answer this question, but knowing that your brother had died, and knowing that you had sent word for Jesus to come because he was sick, and Jesus never showed up, not when you thought he should show up anyway, how would you not be angry with him or show more anger towards him at first, the first time you saw him after your brother's dead? So you obviously were a little disappointed in Jesus because you both commented that if he'd have been here, your brother wouldn't have died.
Yes.
But did Jesus' actions and his love and compassion for you both, did that sort of melt the anger and maybe the confusion away a little bit?
Yeah.
Mary, how important do you think it was for everyone, including the Jews that were in your house, to see this miracle?
So that way they know what Jesus can do.
And do you think that Jesus, well, in the Bible it tells us that Jesus knew Lazarus was dead. What do you think his goal was in coming to your home after he died? He had a plan. What do you think that plan was? Would it have been as easy or as big a deal if only you and Martha, Mary and Martha both had seen Lazarus be raised from the dead? Or do you think it was more valuable that a whole lot of people saw?
It was better that everybody saw.
What could he do with that type of miracle or that type of witness that so many people saw? What would happen with all of that information and more people saw? Would his truth spread?
Yes.
I thought that his compassion for and his sadness over Lazarus his death, that showed that he and you were good friends, all of you were good friends. Did that make it, was it more comforting that he felt your pain and he showed his sadness along with you?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, thank you all so much for coming, and we appreciate you sharing your story.